Yo, people. Welcome to Kulturebox. We're thinking outside of the box is key. We've got a very special guest in the building today. Lady Lioness.
Oh my God, Lady Lioness.
I'm joking. We got the legendary Lioness in the place, man. What's going on?
What's going on, man?
What's happening?
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for coming, man.
Of course.
How do you feel?
I feel good. I don't feel good about the Lady Lioness, but I feel...
Nah, don't worry about it. You know, that's a thing, though.
Did I actually add the lady in?
I feel like you might have added the lady.
I feel like I might have, you know.
In life, people didn't just pluck. There's a couple people, like it's not one or two. There's a good handful of people
that added
are
the
on
lady.
some Lady Lioness thing.
But you know why it's stupid? Because a lioness is already a lady. So why did I don't know.
I know, but
anyway.
No, thank you for coming through, man. I'm very excited. I told a few people about you coming through, and they was actually excited. And I'm not just saying that just
because I'm here.
Just because you're here, and I'm not trying to, you know. But yeah, man. On Kulturebox, we don't necessarily have like a structure or a set way of doing things.
Right.
We have an open conversation.
Love it.
And we just like to divulge into whoever we've got on the platform. So cool. I want to start with like. So you are from Greenwich, yeah?
Yes.
I mean, there's a lot of things I'm gonna know, but I'm gonna have to let you know what I mean? I'm gonna have to act like I don't know. But I feel like you're kind of like, you rep Lewisham as well, kinda. Like, is that fair to say?
Yeah, like Lewisham's next door.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I can just walk and I'm there, so.
All right, cool. So tell us a bit about like growing up in Greenwich and then also some experiences like with Lewisham, but we'll start with Greenwich.
Like growing up in Greenwich was cool. I think I moved to Greenwich when I was like 7. So that's just been ends. I'm still in Greenwich now, so that's just normal. Yeah. However, I used to spend all my time in Deptford, all my time in Lewisham. Like every weekend I was at Deptford because my cousins lived there. So I spent all my time there. However, being from Greenwich means that I'm from Greenborough. So I'm from Greenborough and I'm spending all my time in Blueborough. So I used to get into little madnesses here and there. But at the same time, because I spent all my time in Blue, people from Peckham thought I was from Blue. So now, I'm having problems with people from Peckham, problems with people from Blue. And yeah, it's been messy growing up.
But you said you moved to Greenwich when you were 7.
Yeah.
Where did you live before that?
I lived in Eltham.
You lived in Eltham, and that was like Stephen Lawrence kind of.
300 steps away from where Stephen Lawrence got killed. Yeah.
Wow. How was that? How was like? Do you remember living there?
Yeah, I remember living there definitely. Yeah. I don't remember the fallout from that. I think when did that happen? I think that happened before I was born. Did it happen before I was born?
I
could be making that up.
I think it was early 90s.
Yeah, it could be early 90s. Yeah, I think I was too young for it to affect me personally. But yeah, it was interesting.
Okay, that's good. You also went to school in Eltham?
Yeah, school, primary and secondary.
Yeah. That was always weird to me. Like, you're the only friend I had.
Yeah.
Obviously, for the people that don't know, like me and like Lioness is like my sister, but putting all that to one side, like you're the only person I really knew that went to school in Eltham.
No, but you know who went to my school but then left?
Who?
Zero.
Oh really? Oh yeah, I think I did know that.
Yeah, but it's because he left and then he went.
Yeah, and then he went all the way 360.
Yeah.
Okay. So what was that like? Like going to school?
It was good, but I feel like going to school in Eltham, you have like a mixture of ends. Yeah. So you've got like your Woolwich, your Thamesmead, but then you've got like your Lewisham, your Catford. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? So you had a mixture of, like, it could have been messy at school, to be fair, but it wasn't.
Did you have, was it multicultured?
Multicultured, yeah, definitely. Okay. Yeah.
So you're going to school, so you're making trips regularly to Deptford. Yeah. You mentioned your cousin. Yeah. What cousin or cousins was you going to check at that time? Yeah,
so my cousin, Music, Bearman. I'm like Bearman. Yeah, so he lived in Deptford. So yeah, I'd spend all my time there every single weekend, every 6-week holidays. Like, yeah, that was the spot.
Was that where you started getting into the whole MCing thing and the whole music, or?
I think that was just when I would like express myself, like growing up young, like we're all like musicians or into music, so we'd all play about and stuff. But I would say, yeah, it wasn't until I was like about 13, 14 when I just would listen to my brother and my cousins. They had their own little crew called Elite Force. And I just thought, yo, this is like a vibe. I want to be involved.
And is that when you used to start going like back to back in the kitchen and stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah. See, I know some stuff. Yeah. Is that when you was going back to back? So is like, how did you think? Oh, I like, because you're a girl. There's loads of boys. They're all older than you.
Yeah.
How did you get to the point where it's like, I want to do what they're doing?
You know, it was like I just used to hear them barring all the time. So then I would like spit my brother's bars because obviously I know them, and I'll spit everyone's bars. And then it came to a point like I want to make my own kind of thing. So I just went away one day and I just wrote my own little thing, and I'd be like, oh, like hear this. What do you think? What do you think?
Do you remember that bar?
Oh.
Because I do.
I was about to say to you.
Told me it before, but yeah, you remember it though.
Yeah, but now I'm like, was that mine or was that my brother's?
Yeah, you've mixed them together.
Now I'm lost.
Yeah. Okay,
I think it was his, me, in a minute.
Why?
Why did all bars used to be like that? Me, in a minute, mine.
Yeah, all the time.
Gosh.
Yeah, so, okay, so you
I
start
think that was his, sorry.
Yeah, I think so. That rings a bell. But that's probably the one you told everyone, this is my bar.
Yeah.
Until you...
No, do you know what? I'm from the southeast. Come to the ends and there'll be no peace. If you come to the ends, don't come on your own. That was the one that was his, but I would tell everyone that is mine.
Okay, fair enough. So you started to get involved, go back to back, you're spitting in the kitchen and that.
Yeah.
Rumor has it that you got like, people would hear you at the window.
Yeah.
And then certain man then would knock for you and be like, yo, we want to go back to back with you and that. Yeah. So tell us about that period and who them guys were and how they played a part in your journey.
So that said bar that I just spat, I was spitting that in my room actually. Okay. And they've walked past and they've heard me. So they just knocked on the door and said, Raw, like, was you just spitting? And I was like, yeah. And it was like, oh, sick, can we go back to back? So I'm like, all right, I just run the rhythm. And we went back to back on my doorstep.
No fear.
No fear, which is so, do you think someone could be like, oh, spit a bar now? Yeah. And I'm just going to start barring off? Like,
yeah, I was gonna tell you to just spit something, but you're not going to do it, are you?
But like, I'm annoyed that I'm not going to just spit it. Like, I should be like, do you know what I mean? That's how it used to be growing up, and that's what I kind of miss, to be fair. But yeah, and from that moment on, we formed a little crew. Mastermind Youth Team, yeah. I think actually the first bar that I wrote was, are you ever gonna spit on a mic like me? What I spat on that track.
Oh, really? Yeah. Okay.
I think that was the first one.
And you was young, and you was like, what, 13, 14?
13, 14.
Yeah, that's crazy. So you was obviously Mastermind Youth Team because your older brother, your older cousins was Mastermind Troopers.
Yeah.
Who was in that?
So you had my brother Fender, you had Bearman, you had Mr. D, which is also my cousin. You had Blazer, who's like a video director now, crazy, Anton Dixon. And you had Bubsy, also a big
crazy as well. Big up them, man.
And you had KO.
Oh yeah, KO.
Have I missed anyone out? There used to be a girl in it before I came in. I forgot what her name was, but she used to be there. But it was just like, why have you got her when...
Yeah, when I'm...
And I think it was from then when I said to myself, do you know what? I'm going to get in the main one. You're not just going to palm me off and have me in the youngers.
So is it fair to say you kind of took her spot?
Yeah, absolutely. No, I don't know what was going on with her. Maybe she was like finding music long, or I don't even know what the situation was.
Do you know her now? Like if you walk past her, wow.
No.
Well, big up her anyway.
Big up her.
Yeah. So right, so you got Mastermind Troopers, then you lot started Mastermind Youth Team. Yeah. Who is in that crew now?
All right, so then it was me, and it was Fender again, in like mad coincidence.
Oh, he
was
wasn't
called Fender.
actually naturally young offender.
No, he was just called Fender, but he spells it with an A, so D-A, whereas obviously we're all D-E.
I didn't know that, you know.
I know,
Wow, you taught
literally.
me something, yeah.
That was just on a random. So me, Fender, you had Zerk, which was short for Berserk, and then you had Rival. Yeah, that was it, just us four.
Right, and again, you was the only girl. Yeah. Okay, so what was that like? What was that journey like?
It was kind of short-lived. I think we done that song, and that was it. we didn't do anything else.
Tell people about the song, like, because it was at the end of one of the Mastermind Troopers tunes, isn't it?
Yeah, so the Mastermind Troopers tune was called Storm. Yeah. And then at the end, we just came through and done our own song. Yeah. Did it even have a name? I don't even know if it had a name right now, but we just at the end of Storm. And if you listen to that beat, that's actually drinking beer before drinking beer was drinking beer.
I remember that. Yeah. I clocked that.
Yeah.
And did Boobsy produce that?
Yeah, Boobsy produced that. Yo, what the? Yeah. At the start of every tune.
Every tune. Okay, so that was short-lived. It wasn't like a long...
No.
So did you do any more tunes than that?
No, that was it just with them. And I don't know what happened. Like, I think maybe Zerk went pen or something. Like, do you know what I mean? That everyone broke up and started doing different things. Right. And I just forced my way into the oldest, boy. Yeah.
You made that transition swiftly.
Swift!
Yeah. So, obviously, you was in school when you was on Channel U. Yeah. Was everyone on, like, everyone knew what was going on?
Yeah, and it was crazy for me because I didn't have Channel U. I was on Virgin them times, you know what I mean? Lame, I never had Sky. Like, all now I don't have Sky, I'm still Virgin. So I never got to, like, it was only if I was at my friend's house by chance and it's come on and I've seen myself. I'm like, raw, that's mad. But, like, a lot of people had Sky, so they was like, oh, raw, like, you're doing your thing, yeah? So, yeah, it was interesting times.
Okay, so then moving on a little bit from there. Yeah. You've started spitting with the olders now. Yeah. So your Bearmans, your Fenders, your Mr. D's. Yeah. You've got a few other cousins that did music too. Yeah. That was also from Leshurr. Yeah. So you had man like Doctor. Drastic, at the time. What was that like? Because obviously they was repping South Agents, who was making a name for themselves as well. Yeah. What was it like having like all of them family members?
It was good. It was good. It was great for me because my mum would just let me go and do whatever because I'm with family. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Oh, cool. You're with your brother. You're with your cousins. You're with family, so you can stay out late. You can go pirate radio till God knows what hour. Do you know what I mean? Because I'm with them, so it was always cool, and I always felt like protected. I know it's difficult for certain ladies, you know, being the only girl in a crew, and you know, it's just man them that you know from the ends, and do you know what I mean? Sometimes it's just something else. They have different agendas than men, or they could do. But I was always safe in that respect, so I'm lucky.
Yeah. Has Doctor learnt your name?
Let me tell you about this guy. Like, Doctor calls me Elizabeth for fun, yeah? But he literally believes that this is my name. My name is Isabel. Isabel Elizabeth. It's not the... It's two different... People do it all the time, though. It's actually annoying.
Do you still remind him about that?
Yeah, all the time. But sometimes he'll just catch me... No, don't do that.
He's out of control.
He's out of control.
Big up Doctor.
Big up Doc.
So obviously you got a lot of influence rather from your older family members. Who were some of the other influences? Obviously, because I want to ask you more specifically, because at the time when you was doing Gram and stuff back in the day, there wasn't bare female MCs.
There wasn't.
So there was Stush, Dynamite.
Stush, Dynamite, yeah.
But was there any other influences like that you was gaining from America or from the UK?
So yeah, you had your Stush and Dynamite from the UK, and then you also had like Shiesty, and like Shiesty just come through, did a remix of I Love You, and it was just like raw, like yeah, come with your own spin on it. Like I thought that was so sick, and it's good to see women in your country doing bits, because it just lets you know that you can do bits too. Not that you don't have the like ability to do bits, but you can see it can be done mainstream, because she was on like MTV Base, award shows and stuff, and it was just like good to see. So it's good to see that. But in terms of like music and stuff, I've been listening to a lot of like Missy, Raw Digger, in terms of women, but then men, obviously. Why are you laughing?
Because I feel like it always goes back to Eminem, bro.
Yes, because you knew I was about to say
I know Buster. I know you got a love Buster.
Buster Bus.
But Eminem,
my guy.
That's your
My favorite
rapper.
I will argue with everyone. Fave. Like, what do you mean? Like, what does that mean?
Well, all now though.
Yes, all now. Don't get me right. Let me just make something clear.
But don't diss him though, because you know.
I'm not about to diss him. I don't listen to him every day by any stretch of imagination. However, he's the best, and that's it. What he's done, that's enough for me. You don't have to be consistently You just done some shit that is groundbreaking, and that's it. You're imprinted in my mind forever.
Now I can hear that, because you're a lyrical person. So I guess when it comes to lyricism,
the way he structures his bars,
his storytelling ability.
Storytelling. 97 Bonnie and Clyde. Don't. Come on, hey, we going to the beach. Grab a couple of toys and let Dada strap you in the car seat. Where's Mama? She's taking it. You know what I mean? I was about to go through the whole song.
Whole song.
Because it's too sick. Like, I remember what I imagined when I first heard that song. To this day, it's still clear in my mind. So, sick.
Where's Mama? Yeah.
She's taking a little nap in the trunk. Oh, that smell.
I hear you. Okay. All right. Fair enough.
Thank you.
I'm gonna leave that.
Thank you for letting me have that.
I'm gonna leave that. So fast forward a little bit. Do you remember when you met me?
But I feel like you've just been around forever.
Yeah, I have, because your whole family, I've known them forever.
Yeah, like you're just...
But let me rephrase the question. Like, do you remember when we first had our interaction?
I want to say it's like around hazardous times, because that was on my, I said I wanted to get into Mastermind Truthers.
Yeah.
The next thing was, I want to be on hazardous sessions. Yeah. Like, that was like, for me, that was the next thing. Yeah.
And there weren't no girls on there.
So I was like, I want to be the first girl on hazardous. Obviously, managed to do that.
Okay,
But I feel like, those were the times that we started really...
Yeah.
Talking.
That's when I took you under my wing. But Hazardous was a fun time, because I feel like we were just all expressing. It was just young teenagers.
We was young teenagers all expressing, and it was like, yo, don't sleep on South.
Yeah.
Because everything was like East.
Yeah.
Very free.
It's true. Yeah, no, that did a lot for us.
It did, definitely.
And before that, was you going on was you on radio, like?
Yeah, so I was going on radio. I was on
Deja and that.
Deja, Raw, Mission, Raw UK. You know what I mean? On Top, obviously. Mad times on Top, mad rooftops, just mad.
Yeah. Okay. And do you feel like, so you tried to tell me I had an attitude, or I thought I was a bit stush?
Yeah, you were stush.
You say that with chest.
Yeah, because you was stush. Like, you just had that thing about you.
You was young and you thought you was like, you
was
one of the man them.
I am one of the man them.
I know that now, but at the time you were just a little kid, like little kid girl. Like spitting bars and...
Yeah, because it's like, do you know what it is as well? Being a girl, I hate to do it, it's being a female, but being a female, like, you're underestimated as soon as you step in the room. Why is she here? Yeah. Oh, I didn't want no girls to be sitting here. Like, girls will just come to studio and just sit there for no reason, nothing to do. So people would think that would be me. And then when people will think, no, she does music still. Oh, what's this girl gonna spit now? Like, do you know what I mean? So, like, even on radio, they don't want to give you the mic. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then I love when I grab that mic and do
your thing.
Yeah, now what are you telling me?
Did you used to get annoyed, like, or does it get annoying now when people, like, put you in a category, in a box, like, with the rest of the girls?
Yeah.
Because I always thought, like when I first met you, obviously I thought, oh, another girl MC.
Of course you
go.
did.
But like you just said, you pick up the mic and then everyone's like, rah, she's different. But yeah, so all now, people always say, out of the females, but I've always thought lyrically and how you are as an MC, like your level, like, you're just with everyone.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So is that kind of what you felt?
Yeah, all the time. And it's annoying. Like, I remember I made a song called Good for a Girl because it's like, I'm not just good for a girl, I'm good full stop.
You were singing on that as well.
Yeah,
you were singing them notes. Yeah. I remember that.
But yeah, like, so now, when people say things like that, I just can't bother to correct you. I'm not doing any of that because I know where I stand. So I don't need to prove that to anybody because I feel so confidently within myself that, okay, think what you think, but I'm in the top of the country.
Really? That's how you feel? No, I agree. That's
literally how I feel.
I agree. Did you always like wanna? So when you started spitting from young, did you always like have it in your mind that music is what my pathway is? That's my career. Did you have that from young? When did that come about? Or do you?
So that's a really mad question. I don't ever think like, I didn't grow up to be like, oh, I want to be a star, or it wasn't ever like that. I think how I started writing was I had a bad day at school. I came home and I wrote about it, and it just so happened to rhyme. And then that's when I knew that I, A, had the ability, but B, that's how I offload. So...
Sorry.
Go on.
What happened at school? Do you know? Do you remember?
I just, you know when you have one of them days where you just feel like you're invisible, if that makes sense. You're just that girl that rolls with, no, I'm Isabel, innit? Like, don't do that.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And I probably felt like, I wasn't seen.
Just overlooked kind of thing.
Yeah, definitely. And there's one, this is such a funny story. I'll tell it. There was like one guy in particular from Ends, yeah? And he was like, oh, you're that girl that rolls with charisma, innit? And I was like, yeah, I am. And he was like, yeah, cool. And then like last year at a festival, saw the same guy come up to me, oh, Lioness!
Oh,
what?
wow.
No, you're so sick, I ain't seen you in years. No, because you did the music thing so hard and da. And I was just in my head laughing.
You're
like,
thinking about the charisma statement.
I'm just the girl that rolls with charisma, fam. You know what I mean?
You got charisma.
Big up charisma.
Yeah. Do you want to say his name? No. I'm not about messiness. You know? Messiness. All right, cool. So, doing music, whatever, you get a cat. That was a boy. That ended up being a girl.
Yeah,
that was a girl.
Key. No, he's a boy, but we thought he was a girl, so we called him Nessie. But then we realised he was a guy, and then now he's Nesta.
You know, in my head, like, I still think he's
a girl.
Innit?
Yeah, people make this mistake all the time.
It's not a mistake.
It's been 17 years now, so I feel like...
Has it been that long? Rah.
How I even got him. Do you remember how I got him?
Remember, someone gave you...
Somebody wanted...
Yeah.
Weed, and they didn't have no money, and then they said, oh, I've got a cat though, so just gave this cat to this random dealer. The dealer's given the cat to a girl that he knows, and I know the girl, so the girls come to me like, oh, look what I've got.
Yeah, it's a little kitten.
And I was like, oh, and then she was like, but my mum said I can't have no more pets, so what are you telling me?
Yeah, and that's how you got Nesta.
So I got Nesta.
You got Nesta.
Big up Nesta all day.
Scary ass cat. All right, so when did you like do your first project? Because at the time, remember back in the day, everyone was like, oh, you got to do a mixtape, or it's a mix CD.
Yeah, mix CD.
You got a mix CD. So you started working on Rawness.
No, that was my second.
That was the second one, isn't it? The first one,
Loch Ness Monster.
Yeah,
that was 2010, I want to say.
That's crazy.
Good for a girl.
Rawness was 2011.
Yeah, Rawness was 2011.
Right. So yeah, Loch Ness Monster.
Yeah.
How did that come about?
Big up SK Vibe Maker, because he was just like, come on Ness, man, you got like, he's like on my back, like even to this day, like, what are you doing, man? Like, get it together. So he was like, I'll host the mixtape for you. So I was like, yeah, cool, let's do it. And I think I was managed by Shug at the time. And so I got to do things like a cover of Wiley's Where's My Brother? I did Where's My Sister? Lots of like just different covers. Like it was a mixtape, innit? So you could just do covers, make your own songs as well. Done 20 tracks, boy. Like the thought of doing 20 tracks for me right now.
It's crazy.
It's crazy, but yeah, you know, when you're younger, you're just hungry. You just want to get everything out there. So yeah, man, I love that project.
And what was the feedback like?
It was good. I think that's when people started to see my artistry. So I would sing on a couple tunes and all of that. So it was good to see or show that side of me as well. And I feel like I got to like fine tune that. So by the time I did Rawness, it was like more.
Because you're a singer, man. Like, in your spare time, you be listening to
R&B all the time,
and
soulful house. Like I sing in my spare time, but I'm not a singer.
You can be.
I can hold a note. I won't say I'm a singer because I don't sound like Beyonce. Do you know what I mean? So until that point, I'm not a singer.
Fair enough.
Fair
enough. And then, so that's 2010.
Yeah.
And then, is that around the time where like DVDs and that are in full effect?
That's way ahead of DVDs.
Oh yeah, DVDs like 04,
05.
Like Risky Roads and that you done young, innit?
Yeah, Risky Roads, Practice
All right,
Hours.
so I want to send my condolences to Jamal Edwards' family. And I want to say a special rest in peace to him because
absolutely.
I know he was a friend of yours and you got on his platform SBTV early.
Yeah.
So is that around them times?
So I think the first time I went on SBTV was about 09.
Okay, yeah.
I want to say 09.
Yeah.
Do you remember? Because you're even in the video.
I am, yeah.
Thanks for coming that day,
That's
man.
fine, man.
No, you just feel like you need support.
Yeah,
and I was like,
yeah.
oh, can you just come? Then you just like rolled.
I know, I'm always there, it's fun.
Yeah.
Thank me later.
Thanks, man. But yeah, like, so it was even like sick to just like have him reach out to me. You see me and you want to put me on your platform. Do you know what I mean? Like, and that was even before Loch Ness had come out. So sometimes I wonder, like, how did people hear me? Sometimes I think that, but I remember when I had a clash and I must have pressed 10 CDs and I went to Leshurr McDonald's and I handed out the war dub that I made for her. And then like a few days later on MSN, people in North have got the track. And I'm like, raw!
Yeah.
How did that travel that far in them days?
Yeah, that's mad.
Whereas obviously now things just travel quick. But in them days it was mad.
It wasn't like everyone's just got emails and Gmails and WhatsApps. It was different.
It was different.
Yeah.
Dial-up times.
Yeah, so how did you, like, and then you lot kind of built a rapport from then? So when you done the freestyle?
Yeah, because that was like 64 bars, but that was before F64s were a thing.
So you was like a original.
Yeah, so I'm not saying that I came up with that idea.
No, but you was just an original part of that.
Yeah. So, and then he did F64s and I did 2.
You did do 2.
I did do 2. Yeah. Extra, I know.
Yeah. They were cold as well.
Thanks, man.
And so, obviously, we heard the sad news like a couple of weeks ago now.
Yeah.
I'm not going to ask you how it affected you because obviously I know that it would have affected you.
Yeah.
But what's like some of the last conversations you had with Jamal?
So he invited me on his app because he was working on an app called the 8-Bar.
Oh yeah,
app.
we spoke about that.
Yeah. So I went on the platform to like run a competition. Just to get people to like spit 8 bars over like a tune. And then it would kind of like compete against each other. And then whoever would win would get like free studio time, like 4 hours studio time, get to go studio with me, like just lots of different like gifts and stuff. So I think it was good because it was like taking the essence of grime how it was back in the day and like revamping it and making it work in this day and age. And obviously you got the drill beats on there as well, not just grime, and rap beats too. So it's a really good platform, and it was to also encourage more females on there because it's easy to just have lots of like males do these things, but there's good girls out there, man.
Yeah.
And there's some good girls on the app as well, like they're really good.
Is that still gonna come out? Is it
That's a good question.
Yeah, you don't know, I guess. Yeah.
That is a good question.
Right. Yeah, man, it's such a sad thing, man, a sad time. I feel like he always checked for you, like, you know, like he always included you.
This is why I just found it really painful, because it's like, you know, when somebody like believes in you maybe more than you believe in yourself, and then it's like every time that they're on your back, you kind of take it for granted.
Yeah.
So he's not here to be on my back anymore, innit? So it's just sad, but at the same time, like, I'm so glad for all the things that he did achieve and do in the time he was here on the earth. Do you know what I mean? And I just feel like he's just gone on to do the next thing.
Yeah, nah, I hear you. He left a mad legacy, man. He's a legend and a pioneer in our culture.
Definitely.
And, you know, and I always, like, regardless of you being friends with him or whatever, I always believe in keeping legends' names alive, because I feel,
1,000%.
and it's a shame that we sometimes wait for people to pass to give
really
them their flowers and really notice. But I always try to, that's why I'll tell people, like, you're sat here, I'll tell you that in my eyes, you're a legend already. And that's without our relationship or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, I think you're an amazing artist.
Thank you.
Decent person.
Great person. Thank you.
Yeah, all right. Still. But yeah, man, I just think it's important to do that, man. But yeah, R.I.P. to Jamal.
R.I.P. Jamal.
And yeah, condolences again to his family.
Okay.
So yeah, so you doing up SBTVs. We've done the whole radio. You've done the whole mixtape. You done the first mixtape, Loch Ness Monster.
Yeah.
2011, you do Rawness.
Yeah.
I remember that one vividly. Like, I feel like I was there with you. Like, but and you got Ghetts on there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Set the girl on the man.
Yeah, that was like one of the greatest experiences of being in the studio with someone that I've had. Yeah, because just the way he operates, it was so inspiring to see, and it just made you like, how did you come up with that? You know, when someone just feels the beat and then they're just coming up and their brain's ticking. Like, I just love to see how people work, because I'm the opposite. So I'm in a dark corner and then I come up with stuff. But he's like, he comes up with stuff outwardly. So it's like really interesting to see.
Was that the first time you worked with him?
Yeah.
How, like, because even earlier you mentioned working with, like, you mentioned people like Lady Dynamite, Stush, Shasty. You went on to become like friends and build rapport with these people.
Yeah.
Like, do you ever sometimes sit down and think, I was like 14, 15, just listening and thinking, these are doing their thing. And not just the girls, but even some of the other MCs, whether it be, you know, everyone in the game.
Yeah.
And you've kind of went on to like work with pretty much everyone.
Yeah. I probably feel lucky about that, especially because I took 6 years out from doing music. So it's like you can build a rapport with someone. If you go missing for 6 years, it's out of sight, out of mind. Do you know what I mean? But then when I came back to music, and then I did that tune DBT, that had like a few ladies on there, and I could reach out to them for the rapport that we had ages ago, and they still agreed to be on the tune with me. So I proper felt lucky to have them all on that tune and do that track.
I'm gonna get to your little break from music in a sec, but I want to just continue to talk about the Rawness project, because I felt that project, like that was like, I was a fan of that.
Thank you.
I think even me, that kind of was like, she's got levels. Like, I saw different layers to you.
Yeah.
Do you feel like that time in your career was was there a turning point? Like, just as you're doing these freestyles on these platforms, SBTV, albeit Grime Daily, whatever.
Yeah.
Do you feel like, and then you've dropped this mixtape, you've got Ghetts on it. Who else was on there? You didn't have many features,
No,
did
I
it?
didn't have many features.
Nah. Did Rapid produce that beat?
No, Flavor D.
Flavor D.
Yeah, girl, sick.
Is it?
She's sick.
Big up Flavor D.
Big up Flavor D.
Because it moves like it gives me Rapid vibes, but yeah. At that point, do you feel like, was there a little turning point? Do you even remember that time?
Yeah, I remember that time, and I would say that the turning point was when I left uni, and this was in 2010 when I left uni. But to make a decision like, I'm not going to continue with learning. I'm just going to focus on music and do that full time. Like, it's a big decision to make, So you have to like believe in yourself and bank on yourself to do that, which I did do. So yeah, I just think it was like natural how it all happened. And Ace reached out to me, DJ Ace, shouts to Ace. And then he became my manager from 2010. So then, yeah, I'm getting in the studio with all these different people. I'm doing Rawness. I'm having a launch party at Jazz Cafe. Like,
Oh, sick.
it's crazy. Crazy. So yeah, man.
Yeah.
I think those were the type of things that were
just before you dropped Lioness, and then and then I want to say 2013 or was it 13?
It was about 2012.
2012. How comes you decided to take a break?
I just felt like it was just not getting too much, that's the wrong thing, but like there was so much more expected of me. I'm just used to just turning up to radio, doing whatever, like how I feel, but like more things just weren't centered around my music. Everything was centered around my appearance and how I had to look, and do you know what I mean? So then A&Rs, who are the people that will take you to the next level, would say things like, oh, she would be better if she was light-skinned and stuff like that. And I'm like, what am I, 20 them times, 20, 21 maybe? I just didn't like hearing that. So I'm the type of person, if I don't like something, I just remove myself. So that's all I did, I just removed myself. But I don't ever look back and feel like, oh, why did I let that bother me? Or because not being in music gave me time to live and a whole world of experience. So I've got a gazillion things to chat about now. So I don't even regret taking that time out.
Yeah. That's like a common thing though that I find with a lot of females specifically, that a lot of like labels or people in the industry, like they look at appearance and your colour and your size and
all of that.
And I guess you feel that.
Yeah.
And it kind of must be difficult to just be like, oh, I'm gonna be a part of this industry, but still feel like I'm not fully accepted by everyone.
Yeah.
Like, and I guess that you still deal with that to some capacity.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. But it's all like about your mindset. You have to be like really strong in your belief of self, because it's so easy for people to just tell you what they think you should be, tell you what you think you should do. You know what I mean? So you have to be so like centered and like, no, I came into music because I wanted to do this. I wanted to express myself this way. I wanted to look this way. So that's what I'm going to do, and just shut out the noise. It takes a lot to do that. So yeah, over them years of not doing music, I built up that self-confidence and all of that stuff. So now if people are saying, oh, you can't because you're like this, I'm like, is it? Okay, now it's a challenge. Like, we'll see how that works. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, for me, it just took longer to get to that point, and I just hope that it doesn't take long for other people.
I've been kind of going back and forth in my head whether to talk about certain things.
Let's just do it. No holds barred.
But we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. So, hold on, what year are we in? In 2013,
yeah,
you fell pregnant.
Yeah.
Is that? This is a tough subject, but is that part of that contributes to another reason why you wasn't making music?
That's what made me not do music for longer.
Yeah. Okay.
Than intended.
Okay.
So I just thought I would take a break, ignore all of that. But then I felt pregnant. So it was like, right, okay, cool, I'm going to be a mum. Like, okay, cool, I need to get into that mode. And then maybe when the baby comes, we'll see how it works out, if I can like go and do music again. But then my son passed away. So then it was like, oh, what the hell is life? And just trying to deal with all of that. Music was like the last thing, which is mad because, like I said before, I started doing music because that's how I express myself. But I just couldn't find the words. I was on mute for many, many, many years. Yeah, it's just one of them things, really.
hardest part of your life, obviously,
To date.
to date, and I guess it's something you think about every day. What keeps you going? Like, obviously, because that was a hard time for all of us. But obviously, we can't compare to a mother's pain. But like, what keeps you going? Like, because that you're very strong for like. Even now, you're sitting there, you're smiling, you're telling us about your journey. But inside, there's obviously a lot of pain. But what is it that keeps you motivated or going?
I believe, this is going to sound so deep, but I believe if I do something like myself, for example, I'm never going to get to see my son. I genuinely believe that. So I feel like if I just gave up, I'm just ruining any chance that I have of having moments with him. So I could never do that. So that's not an option. So then it's like you'll have days where it's like you're struggling and, you know, you feel like you're drowning or whatever. But these are things that could help other people, because I know there's other people that have gone through the same stuff. So you're kind of going to need somebody. You don't need somebody, but it would be nice to have somebody who can make songs about those experiences that you can go and listen to. Because I know there's a lot of people that will listen to, like Lauryn Hill, for example. They've gone through a mad breakup or a mad abusive relationship, do you know what I mean? And they need to hear that kind of music. So it just made me feel like I had to find like silver linings and stuff to make it okay why that has happened to me. And so one of the silver linings is that I'm here to share a message and help other people. So that's what keeps me going.
Yeah, and people have actually reached out to you that can relate to your journey. So literally, what you're saying, you're speaking from experience. Yeah, man, it's a sad situation, and
it's a very sad situation,
but we keep Hartley's name alive.
We keep Hartley's name alive.
For sure.
Do.
For sure. All right, so then yeah, you go through all of that heartache, all of that pain, a lot of liquor drinking.
Oh my God,
with me included.
Yes, with you included. But big up you though, because I need to say big up you, because some days when I'm going through it, or I have been going through it, you'll just come on the phone with me and just go through through it with me. Do you know what I mean? If I'm in a bad mood, let's just be in a bad mood,
together,
man. Yeah, fuck the world, man. Fuck the world. Like, do you know what I mean?
Downham today.
Yeah, we're in Downham today. So thank you for coming to Downham with me.
Nah, you know, you're my sister, and I got you, man. And I also was probably one of them. I wouldn't say I was necessarily on your back, but I was definitely always touching base and seeing, like, after a while, like, are you gonna revisit music because of how skilled you are? Yeah. And then in 2016, 17.
Yeah.
Right, was it 17? Flipping,
I know.
I hate this. 2017, you decided to return. Let me get this right. Was Everything Mad first?
Everything Mad.
You come back with Everything Mad,
yeah.
Well, I think of is Sway. And Sway, in the video, Sway, do you remember? Your first single after your return was Everything Mad.
Yes.
What was it like now? Obviously, you've gone through a lot of hardship, a lot of different experiences in life, as you said. What was it like returning?
Oh, it was such a shock, like a culture shock. Yeah. Because things are not how they were when I left. Everything's different. Social media is a whole different thing now. Like, it's completely different. Yeah. Like, you think you can just put a tune out there and it's going to get picked up. And no, you have to actually do a lot more promoting than you would normally, because everything's saturated now. So everyone's out there doing their music. So your things aren't just going to be seen. Do you know what I mean? You have to do a lot more. Big up Jamal again, because he was the first person that I ran to. Oh, I've got this song. What are you saying? He's like, yeah, we can shoot the video, like, I'll link you with this person and you can use this and that. Do you know what I mean? So he's part of me coming back as well. So always grateful for him. But yeah, it was just a new world. But I felt like I heard myself on the radio when it dropped. Big up Cyan Anderson, because she played it first. And I did bust a one tear, because it was just like, oh my God, this was the path that I was on. Do you know what I mean? It's kind of like finding your way back home, sort of thing. And it was just like, oh, wow, yeah. That's what it feels like.
And yeah, it was a bit of a shock for me as well, because I hadn't heard you touch anything for a little while.
I was like anti, innit?
Anti, you weren't trying to hear nothing.
No, like literally, I did not listen to anyone.
Yeah, I remember.
So that's why when I came back, there's all these new people. I don't know anyone because I didn't listen to UK music.
Yeah.
I'm back to listening to Busta, Eminem, Missy the Real World.
Yeah.
Do you know, like...
You had your Jill Scotts and that as
Jill
well.
Scotts, I'm back in the 90s, guys.
Yeah, and then you dropped DBT.
Yeah.
Can we talk about where that name comes from?
Yeah.
Because DBT stands for
Dead Black Ting. Yeah. I know, it's all...
You ain't got your red lipstick on today.
I ain't got the red lipstick on today.
But where did it come from?
So there's a few different things to that.
Yeah.
But I decided, well, when I wasn't doing music, I would just see on the timeline so much bants about dark-skinned women. And obviously I'd experienced what I did when I was younger, and I just thought, you know what? Like, if I ever go back to music, I'm going to talk about it. So I did a freestyle about it, but the reason why I called it Dead Black Ting was because I had a situation in my personal life where my boyfriend at the time,
Right.
Some girl went through his phone and saw messages from me, and then she was like, "Oh, who's this girl?" Da, 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 da. And he was like, "What are you talking about? That's no one. That's just a dead black ting." What? What? Excuse me?
Yeah.
So I said, DBT, yeah? Okay, cool. And that girl in question was a lighty. So is that your way to like lift her up to get yourself out of this situation and push me down? But that's what you want to talk about. You want to mention that. Okay. So yeah, that's why I call it DBT.
Big up you, because you always find a way to take something negative, switch it, put the power on it. Yeah. And then you make it into a single that's played on the radio.
This is it.
Big up you, man. You dropped Dead Black Ting.
Yeah.
DBT. For those that didn't know what them initials stood for. You do a remix, you get some of like an all-star female lineup. Yeah,
all-star female lineup.
Who was on? Sorry, go on.
So now I was gonna say, like, you see, like, oh, let's do an all-female tune. Like, I hate that, but I hate it because it's someone else who's decided that, and 9 times out of 10, that's a man. Do you know what I mean? If I decide I want to do a tune with bare girl, that's fine, but not because it's your idea and it will be good, or have the female version of. No.
Yeah, people like that. Like they like to just let's put all the girls on it.
Yeah, just separate it. Like.
Yeah. But who was on the tune?
So on the tune we had Queenie. Now Queenie, like, let me tell you about Queenie. Like, we came up together, and I remember when I first heard her, I said, "Yo, she is sick," and like she made me want to pull my socks up. It was like, raw, okay, I thought I was levels. And my levels. Like, literally the only girl to make me feel like that.
Really? Yeah, we didn't mention that because you had a little collective at one stage.
Yeah, FemCs.
Yeah. We didn't mention, but we can that's another interview. But big up Queenie, though.
Big up Queenie. So we had Queenie, and we had Stush, obviously. We had Shiesty. We had Leshurr, and we had Sims. Literally. What a lineup. Yeah. So lucky.
Yeah, and they've all made their mark in the game.
They've all made their mark in the game, and also they all made their mark on the tune and made it what it was, so. Did I say Leshurr? I did, right?
You did say Leshurr,
okay,
yeah.
Cool.
Big up Leshurr, because,
all day.
Yeah, all day. A wise person once said, I ain't waiting on anybody else to make change. You first got to start with yourself.
Yeah.
So,
yes.
Do you know who might have said that?
It was me.
It was you.
Yeah.
And I segue that to say that, like, it kind of chimes into when we was talking about you not wanting to do music and kind of like being stuck and not feeling like you could move forward.
Yeah.
But nothing was going to change unless you changed it. And
1,000%.
I'm lucky enough to have been privy to hearing a few tracks off of your project. I don't know if we can announce the name. I don't know if you've spoke about that before. So
I have.
You have?
Yeah.
So you've got a project you've been working on for a few years now called Overdraft.
Yeah.
Which you touch on a lot of deep subjects. Some of the ones we've discussed earlier.
Yeah.
Which are like, they pull at the heartstrings, literally. Are you still working on that? Is that?
I am.
Yeah.
I'm taking so long.
Yeah.
I think I'm taking so long because I'm just doing mad overthinking, but I know that it's a project that needs to come out. And to be fair, the deep songs, I've done all of them. So I've actually done the hard part. Now it's just piecing everything together, and that's just what I'm working on. But I'm really looking forward to getting that piece of music out, that body of work out. I feel like I can move on in life once that's out. Does that make sense? Yeah, it's
an amazing thing. And you know what, me and we've spoke about this many a times, me and Vinch and Chex and everyone else in the team, we always talk about how we can't afford to hold on to music. Like, we have to show the world because we don't know what tomorrow's going to bring. Not to get all deep, but the world needs to hear this. It can change people's lives, like literally. So that's
I just say, if anything happens to me, just let off the song. Just let it ring.
All right. Well, in the next couple of months, nothing ain't happening to you, and that's when you need to let it run. Let's go. Okay, so sick. We're gonna look out for Overdraft. So you've put it out there on the platform now.
Yeah, I've put it out there.
We kind of need to hear that soon because it's too cold. Like,
no, I know. I just need to I need to stop being an artist and being sensitive about my shit and just get shit out.
Don't worry, when it's time for that to come out, we're going to do another interview.
Yes, we can do a deep dive.
We're going to deep dive into it. I'm going to give you lyric quotes more for days, favourite tracks, everything, what this meant, what that meant. One of the last things I want to touch on is you had an experience where you got to work with will.i.am.
Yeah.
That is mad. Like, you actually flew out to LA. Via Miami.
Via
Atlanta.
Trinidad.
Oh,
yeah.
No, you was in Trinidad.
Yeah, I was in Trinidad.
But then you went to Miami.
Yeah. I went to Miami.
See,
then
I knew because I was on the phone to you at the airport. I knew you touched Miami. Okay, so you went from Trinidad Carnival. How did that come about?
Oh, it's so random. So Napa. He just messaged me at the blue one day like, listen to this beat, do you feel it? And I was like, yeah, this is sick. He's like, all right, just write a 16 to it, yeah? Okay. So I went and wrote a 16, sent it back to him, and he said, oh yeah, that's sick. Didn't hear nothing for like 2 weeks or something. And then I just saw like the CEO of Pretty Little Thing follow me, and then lots of Pretty Little Thing people just started following me. So I'm like, what's going on here? Then he just rings me out the blue and he's like, you see that track that you did? Can you fly to LA and do it with will.i.am? What? I'm like, I can't. I'm going Trinidad Carnival. Like, I'm on the way to the airport now. He's like, yeah, that's fine. We'll just fly you from Trinidad to LA and then we'll fly you back. I was panicking because I'm like, I don't have I've got like Trinidad clothes. It's a different type of clothes, you know what I mean? Batty riders, all this stuff. I can't be in, you know what I mean? So I was panicking about that, but yeah, it was a crazy experience. Got to go LA, met up with Leshurr and Miss Banks, and we all vocaled this track that was going to be used for Pretty Little Thing. And then we ended up having our own clothing line off the back of that as well. So it was crazy experience. He's so super talented. He decided, you know what? I'm gonna change the beat. 1 second, goes away, does something. Then he's like, what do you think of this? The whole tune's changed. The beat is sick. It was like 30 minutes flat.
So it was sicker than the original beat?
Sicker than the original beat. It was crazy. That experience was, it was great. So thank you, Napa, for shouting me. Because that could have been out of sight, out of mind. What's Lioness doing? Not much. Like, don't need to holler at.
Yeah, no, that's a big move. And they're the moves that, you know what, I'm talking to you and there's so many different things that are coming up in my head. But yeah, like that one there, I needed to highlight because not many people can say, I got flown out to LA.
This is it.
to work with will.i.am, you know. So yeah. Right. So it's not Kulturebox. Like you got that box beside you, but it's not Kulturebox if we don't dive into the box and see
What's in the box?
What's in the box?
Is there like a what's in the box song or like
what's in the box?
Hey,
what's in the box? Nah, there isn't.
I feel like we should make one.
I think we might have to do that. Wait, hold on. If you wanna just so in the box, I want you to just open it. There's like a clear kind of bag.
Yeah.
So I want you to draw for that one first.
Okay.
And then we're just gonna discuss what's in the box.
Can I do it now?
So if you wanna just.
If I can just. Okay. Oh, it's heavy.
Yeah. But just the clear one.
Okay. Why is there more than one?
Just take the clear and just like hold it up at the camera.
Let me tell you, lot.
Yeah, tell them.
To this day, super noodles reign. Yeah, once you add up couple seasoning, get fancy, add salmon. What?
I don't know if I got your flavors though.
This one is.
Oh, okay. I
but
sure.
now I've got to try a beef thing. Normally curry
beef.
or the chicken.
Yeah,
but now
they didn't have chicken.
Well, tomorrow we're rocking.
But people, world, I have to tell you that this girl, all she used to do is, I'm gonna get something to eat. What are you having? Super noodles? Yes, I'm having super noodles. I can't wait. You were so excited.
What?
And I'm like, how can some dry packet of noodles be?
You jazz him.
So give him a little jazz, yes?
Right, all right, cool. So it depends how you feel, because you might want to do a quick little microwave thing. Or you might be like, look, let me put him on the stove. Let me add the garlic. Do you know what I mean? Like, you're really seasoning up these noodles.
Yeah.
What? Paprika, all-purpose. What?
Wow,
Like everything.
You're fusioning up the thing.
Fusion. And do you know what my secret ingredient is?
You're going to tell them?
I'm going to tell them.
Go on then. Super Noodles need to sponsor you and give you your own flavour, you know.
You're not ready for this one?
Something dead.
Bisto. Remember where you heard it first?
Look at everyone's face. Like, random thought he was going to put a splash of jerk seasoning or something. My girl said Bisto.
Bisto. Remember where you heard it? A couple granules.
Yeah? Just a 1, 2, 3. All right, cool. So you lot heard it. That's how you make a lit. So all now.
Oh no.
All right, cool.
Tomorrow, lunch.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right, I want to see the picture.
So do I get to keep this?
Yeah,
or?
of course.
All right,
All right, and you can now open the other bag. I'm sure you can probably work out.
Okay, yeah, I knew it. 4 cherry bees, 4 cherry bees, 4 cherry bees, 4 cherry bees.
Hey. I feel like we're giving away bare free promo though.
We are.
But yeah, let's talk about the cherry bees.
Let me tell you about the 4 cherry bees.
Like,
if I could just put the box.
if you want to put it, you can put it on the lid. It's fine. Yeah.
4 cherry bees. Oh my days! Like the quick wave. The quick wave before you make the main wave. Everyone focuses on magnums. No.
Just a quick 4 cherry bees.
It needs to be 4.
And you know what? A lot of people will drink 2 of them and be like, oh, nice, this is kind of cool. Now you need the 4. And then when you're in the dance or wherever you are, you're already just a little 1 or 2 drink after that, you're nice. Yeah, big up Ness, because remember the time where me and Marv got you
30 cherry bees. Big up, Marv. 30 cherry bees for my birthday.
Yeah, we said if you're tough.
Do you know how long that took me to get through?
Just stocked up.
Stocked up, but it was wicked. Thank you, man. That was
100, man. Right. So, and then the last thing, one of the members of my team is just gonna hand you something. Don't worry if he gets his hand on camera. Just if you could reach out, is it on the screen? You just press play.
Oh my god.
And I just want you to just have a look at this. Don't worry, we're gonna get it on the screen, but I just want you to watch it.
Talk to the gym, for your denim, take all your bits and sell them. Hack your phones, you got them, chop your change, you stop them. EMCs from top to bottom, yo. Some of them are rotten, yo. This tracksuit, the chain, my earrings. I remember I had on a brown vest and brown Pradas. Like, I was golden.
Yeah.
Hey, when the beat switched
Yeah,
up,
they gave him the mean bit.
you got beat up, got petrol poured on your back, and I got rhymes that are rap.
And I got
rhymes that are whoop. Yo, now you're under trooper attack, and that was the part.
Yeah.
He's not even really saying anything. He's not even saying anything, but you know what?
Yeah.
You're on track.
All right.
Oh, thanks.
What does that make you think of, man? Just, I know we spoke about it.
Do you know what it makes me feel like?
Yeah.
Or think about?
Yeah.
Freedom.
Yeah. Not a care in the world.
Not a care in the world. You just make your music, do what you want to do, and you're free.
Yeah. How comes you were so...
Why was I so active?
Did they tell you to do that?
No. Because
you
know
can.
what they said, like, yeah, give it energy. So I just felt like...
I feel like you need to bring that back. The next set you do with, like, I know you do your little sets with mangas and your queenies. I feel like you need to be on.
Yeah,
there was a lot of...
Yeah. Why was I here?
You was shaky and... Oh, mate.
But big up younger me.
Big up you, man. You've come a long way. I'm proud of you.
I've come a long way.
I'm proud of you, man. You've been a great person from I met you, and you're still a great person.
Thank you.
You've kept the same energy, and I just want to say thank you. It's been a blessing to actually sit down with you early on my platform and our platform. It's for all of us, but that you could just bless yourself, or bless us rather, with your presence, your stories, your history, and your legacy, man. And I just want you to keep doing what you're doing. I feel like I'm at a christening.
Yeah, you know the one.
Not a wedding speech. But no, seriously, just keep doing what you're doing. Keep being Lioness, because the chapters, there's so many more chapters. You've already made history. You've already made yourself a legend in the game. I don't care what anyone says. And I feel like you could just keep going, not just as a female, but as an artist. So yeah, man. Yeah, if you could just give a big up to Kulturebox and whatever.
You know what? What's going on, people? Myself, Lioness, and I've just got to, from the bottom of my heart, big up Kulturebox all day, every day. Yeah, this platform has been put together by some really great human beings, really talented human beings, and I just can't wait to see where this platform goes, because it's going to be a mazzaline.
Thank you, man. Until next time, Ness.
Until next time.
Yeah, we'll catch you in it.
Yeah, because I feel like there's more we need to...
There's more. Overdraft coming out soon.
Hey.
Yeah, rap. That's a wrap, guys.
So this is Dynamite.
Hey.
Please check.